you doing in that barn, Sparky? Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to May 20th. It is a kind of an overcast 54-degree day. Feels last few days just been feeling wonderful out here. Oh, hi, Abby. Sparky. How that old Sparker barks. How's my old buddy? He comes in here and hangs out with me when I'm editing videos almost every night. Goofy old mutt. Well, welcome to Wednesday. It's hump day. Yay! Not quite so cheerful outside this morning, is it?
No.
We've been really lucky up here in Toledo.
Yeah, we have.
We've actually been having the nicer weather of the two places.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your field out there, Mama. There she is waiting for you. Well there, little woman.
Just hello me.
Again, there's little off and on rain spots, but this time in Vancouver's a dry spot.
It is.
But it was mostly dry. I see Ryan drove his diesel today.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, have yourself a wonderful hump day.
You too, sweetie.
And I'll see you in the passings.
All right.
All right.
Gotcha.
Love you. See you. Bye. Bye-bye. Just got here, got my computer going. That's clean enough. I want to look at the oil drip on the side of it. It's been sitting overnight. Let's just see where she sits. All right, so she's halfway on the stick. Still think that might be high. I was thinking last night that, Ryan and I were, even though nothing ever made it to temperature, would run for, 5 to 10 seconds, nice and smooth, once got the fresh fuel in there, and then it'd just die. It was just like it was loading down and dying. It was almost like it was running out of fuel, but we verified fuel pressure, fuel flow, everything's good there. So I'm gonna go up to get a cup of coffee, and I'll go find a Ryker somewhere, and we'll just see what they're normally like. Seems like they're really low, or maybe not even touching the dipstick, because the sump tank the plenum's in the way, but the sump tank is right here. Actually, you can see it. That's part of it right there. There's a tube going down. That's a sump tank. Excuse me. Even though the sticker, they've determined that this is different. The 2020s have an updated sticker, but they were saying to inspect the oil within 30 seconds after you shut the engine off. And the PDI bulletin kept getting updated, and the last one's 10 seconds. So have your rag, and I explained this when I did an oil change on one of these. Have your rag ready. Needs to idle. I forget the exact amount of time. It needs to idle on level ground to make sure that, all the pumps are doing the right thing and all the levels are where they need to be, just like a Spyder or any other dry sump engine. Then you shut it off and check it. Well, they want you to check it within 10 seconds. And then when you read the PDI bulletin, I don't know if the manual does this too, but depending on where it's at on the stick, like this one being halfway on the stick, they'll say it's 200 cc's to get it to the max mark. Yeah, see, it's halfway between minimum and maximum. Came up, made my cup of coffee, and walked off without it. Still sitting over there by the coffee machine. So, same, well, this is a Rallye, but motors are the same. Absolutely nothing on the stick. Come on, focus. Nothing. And when you check these things, you screw them in till they touch. Back them out. Yeah. Oh, there it is, right there on the very, 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 very tip. That thing's overfilled with oil. And because of the CVT, you can't rev these things up. You can't hold the throttle and, keep them going, because it's got a rev limiter that stops it below the engagement RPMs of the primary clutch. It's overfilled with oil. Overfilled with oil leaves too much oil in the engine and not in the tank, and puts too much drag on the engine, and it'll shut it off. Now, if I could keep the thing running, it would be fine. But like I say, with the gas, it's not chuffing and bucking. I mean, it just basically acted like it was trying to start, but it would never run. Now it runs good, and then something's dragging it down. It's to a point that the power of idle can't overcome it. So let's get some oil out of that thing and resurrect that bad boy. Sorry if I sound muffled. I have to wear a mask when I'm in a customer area. There's the super sucker. Man, we used to have the pneumatic ones you had to plug into air. The old pump ones would just literally wear you out. You had to use the pneumatic ones. But these things, the pump work so good. That's a cat's meow right there. Pretty expensive for them things. So what you do is you measure the length of the dipstick. I just hold it up beside the tube and stick that much of the tube in there. So initially I'll start off with the oil being at the very, very bottom of the dipstick or just below it. There's enough oil in there to run it, trust me. That's why people panic. They don't think they can run it because it's not touching the stick. So I'll pull that much off and then keep trying to start it. I'll leave the BMW charger connected to it and see if we can get it running long enough that it'll stay running, get her heated up, you know, as best I can, bench warming it, and try to correct it as best that, you know, get the level as correct as I can here, and then take it for a ride, and then come back and verify, add to, take away, whatever I need to do. So that's what we're doing next. Poor old broke down Ryker. So went through all the motions. I've turned it over, good Lord, dozen times, and it's still, I can't keep it running. About the max is about 10 seconds. Runs really clean. You don't smell any weird stuff coming out of the exhaust. Just runs too clean to be plugs. But before I, lifted the console up and started digging further, there is a TST, a technical service tip, never made it to bulletin status, about some of the early 900s, the cam timing being off on them. And but I don't know if that was from the start or it happened later. If the cam timing's off, it wouldn't run right out of the crate, I would assume. But anyway, I submitted a case file to BRP. Here's a quick little clip of what I sent to BRP of its running. I had done it so many times, now it's not running as long, but here it is. So that's what it does. Sometimes it'll go like I say, about 10 seconds. It'll go gung 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 gung, like it's about to go, and then boom, it dies. So anyway, fuel pressure, everything's good. Nice, definitely clear gas. Before I even hooked the thing back up, Ryan and I ran the pump into a beaker, make sure whatever was in the tank was flushed out of the pump, so I didn't put it right back in the fuel rail. And then you can kind of dip the hose down a little bit and, for the most part, empty the fuel rail. So when we started it back up, it was nice clean fuel. But I don't know, man, I can't turn it over enough to make the oil change its level. It's just touching the tip of the stick. I want to see something in there. I only drained what the length of the stick was out of it, and this is how much came out to get it to where normally they are with when they've been sitting for a while. So each one of those lines is a full quart, so it's a little over half a quart I got out of it, and that's quite a bit. Half a quart overfilled on anything, not a good deal. But I'm suspicious that something happened and the customer was just going around trying to figure things out. So I think they probably added the fuel at that point and then noticed that the oil was, it probably sat and they couldn't get it started again, thinking maybe it was oil, because like if you're around generators, especially Honda generators, they won't start if the oil level's low. Some other vehicles do that as well. So I think it might have been just, innocent, self-diagnosing at home. I think whatever's going on happened to it. So we'll see. We'll see what BRP tells me to do. They may tell me to pop the thing up, check the cam timing, check the plugs. At this point, I just want to spend a bunch of time on this thing, and then BRP says, well, you should have tried this first. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. Check this out. It was sitting on the top, and the wind kind of ripped the lid off of it, so dust and stuff got blown around in there, but that don't hurt nothing. There's a dark edition red RT. The Spyders are shipping once again. So Bruce, were you getting the chrome edition or a black edition? This could very well be yours if it's a black edition. There's more Spyders out there. I don't know what he's got though. Cool stuff. So when's the last time you seen this? A Spyder on the Spyder rack. I think all the parts are in for this, or they're expected in for this tomorrow, or I'm not sure. I know at some point on this week, this one's on my schedule. So you guys want a little flashback? BRP never asked for these parts back. That's the shaft. That's what's breaking. So I'll save this as a souvenir. Of course, I'll have 1, 2 more. That's the craziest thing. Who knows? Still don't know. Somebody was asking me what's the deal with this, and I'm not sure. I thought it might have been here for, the leaking calipers, but I think these are all done. Kurt's got it marked done. But I think this is one that, you go through a test, and I don't know, 60, 70, 80% of the time, you can stop them from leaking and never leak again. So that's not even an issue anymore. All the new ones coming in, perfect. So I don't know what they changed. Probably their assembly procedure. That's just 100% my thinking, because the seals, the ones that we can't stop leaking, the seals we put in are the same seals. And then when we do, it's got like crusty old brake fluid in the seal grooves in the inside. So I think it's leaking past that. Didn't get an answer back from Burp. So they're like 3 hours ahead of us, and I don't know what kind of situation they're in with the current situation, but hopefully I'll hear something from them in the morning. But I'm stopping until I hear from them. Well, there, little woman. A rarity nowadays. We stopped at Walmart's.
I know.
And they pretty much have everything now.
Yeah.
I mean, the toilet paper thing is a little light, but definitely.
At least you can get some.
Yeah, definitely get some now. And what's with the... Oh, is that an old Ironhead Sportster? No. No, it's not. No, it's definitely a Sportster. At a distance, it kind of tricked me.
Oh.
It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Ready to roll?
Ready to roll?
Head on to the hacienda.
All right.
All right. Well, hello there, you two. Yes, we're on the porch.
It's raining.
It was nice. Everything was dry up here. We had the girls out there running around, and all of a sudden I hear Kelly, "That's raining." By the time I come out, she's already coming around with the girls. Sasha up against the barn.
Because I don't like them wet.
She's so funny.
I'm not too pitiful.
That's weird. With all the breed she has in her, those are usually dogs you can't keep out of the water.
Yeah. She's just prissy.
Yeah, Annie absolutely does not care.
No.
We got a different one, so she's just in the gravel, so she doesn't run and rut any deeper.
Yeah, when it's
in
wet.
the mud. And she just stands out there and she don't care.
Yeah.
Out there
That's
sniffing
good.
around, just pouring down rain on her. Gotta dry her off to get her inside because she is absolutely soaked.
So a beauty.
It's so different. It's funny how dogs are literally like kids. They're just completely different
Yeah.
from each other.
Totally.
So, I think at the very end there, when I was about to leave, I was telling you I didn't hear back from BRP. They were already closed at that point because they're in Quebec. And so, well, I'm sure I'll probably hear something before I even get up in the morning. Any suggestions, whatever. I sent them a little video clip of what the thing's doing. And, I don't know. There was if it was built before March of 19, there was a possibility that the cams could be out of time. But by the sounds of it, that's noticeable right out of the crate. And the way it's described, it runs just like this does. So, I don't know. It's very strange. It acts like the fuel pump is losing pressure, but it's not. I mean, exactly like a bad fuel pump would do. And it's not. It's just holding pressure. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, every once in a while, like I say, I can get it to run enough. I think it's going to just keep going. And then finally, it dies. But it does run a little longer with the oil a little lower. But I'm still afraid that the crankcase could still be full. I got to get it going and running. Maybe I just need to pull the drain plugs. You know, I explained the whole situation. Maybe he'll just tell me to just drain the crankcase and start over. Still have kind of a feeling it's dragging in the oil, but I don't know. But anyway, Spyder RTs are here. I don't know what the other colors are. I think there's another chalk. We're trying to decipher the colors. I think there's another one of the, I don't even remember what it's called now, that green color. Was it something, I don't even remember the color of it. That's crazy. Spyders have just been turned off through this whole situation. But I think we got 3 of them in today, maybe 4. And I don't know if I think Bruce might have been wanting a red chrome. But anyway, we'll they'll talk to him, or he might watch this video if he watches it. If you are, hi Bruce, Matt, hope you're watching too. But that'd be kind of cool to get his in. If we got that one, the other one's got to be right around the corner. It's nice to see that they're shipping again.
Yeah, because it was just
just everything just hit the brakes. So it's nice to see things are getting back to normal. People are acting like normal. Walmart's, you know, they got all the safety stuff down, all the tape on the floor and all the guided stuff, and everybody's doing just like we are, mask and everything. So, you know, we're staying safe, but it was just kind of normal. Everything's kind of normal, but in a different way.
Yeah.
If it was like this, you know, 6-7 weeks ago, you'd have been freaking out thinking how strange everything was. But it's weird. This has kind of become the normal. Got to wear masks when I'm upstairs, or if customers are around at all.
Yeah.
Crazy. But on that, I think we're going to roll out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
All right.
What is today? Today's hump day, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday.
I'm a day ahead. I hate when I'm a day ahead.
Yeah, that blows.
Yeah. All right.
We will see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.